Hello, friends. This is Zarina at Heal and Learn and at the Grow and Learn podcast. Welcome back. Welcome to everybody new. Today, I'm bringing back Tom Palladino due to massive demand. You want to hear more from him. You were really interested in the Scalar service, and lots of you asked me personally what the effects were, how this works, and you wanted to know more. So here I'm bringing Tom again for more information. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you again. Thanks for your effort.
Thanks for being here. So if people haven't heard our previous talk and they have no clue what scalar light is, could you bring them up to speed and just give them an overview of what the technology is and what exactly you're doing?
Okay, I am a researcher. I work with scalar energy instruments. And what do I mean by that? These are instruments that are not electrical in nature. It's a different type of energy. So as a researcher, as a scientist, I've developed an approach of working with energy, scalar energy. It's the energy of the sun and the stars. And we're able to perform what I call quantum health benefits. It's not a biological process. We only work with energy. And energy has been shown to improve spiritual, mental, psychological, and physical health. So it's a unique process. My instruments are unique, and we'll delve into that. But this is a new science. I want to make this very clear. I don't know of anybody else in the world that has this type of approach because my instruments are unique.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to ask you briefly. I mean, I know that there are some instruments that are handheld and we can't really compare them, but your instruments are self-developed based on Tesla technology. Could you please tell us how you got into that and how
that's correct.
Develop something about the development of the technology?
Yeah, I developed these instruments according to the principles that Tesla laid forth. His work as a theoretician. So they are Tesla instruments. And when I say that, we're working along the plans of Nikola Tesla. We're working along those guidelines. Tesla was the first man, to my knowledge, to have developed a scalar energy instrument. These are not electrical instruments. So scalar energy controls a different dimension of energy, and hence the results are different. So my instruments are unique. I'm having great results with my approach. I want to present to your audience my approach, my unique way of improving what I call quantum health.
Mm-hmm. Last time we talked about cases of people that you've helped heal with HIV or you've healed. Yeah. I don't know if we're supposed to make such bold statements, but there were there was clear proof of the results with PCR tests. So today we're coming up with even more proof of how this technology works with communities that you've helped in Tanzania. Right. Shall we talk about this or talk more about the
let's talk about that. Let's go straight to the evidence. Let's go straight. I know people want results, people want evidence. Now, before I get into this, remember that scalar energy is not electricity. When I work with people, I work with their photographs. I'm going to hold a collage of photographs. This is a collage of people in Tanzania. I work with photographs of people. I do not work with people in person. A scalar energy instrument works on the signature or the light information found on the photograph. And my instrument is able to detect viruses in the quantum field. Again, this is only through a photograph because everything is energetic. Everything has a signal. So the people of Tanzania would submit a photograph to me. And with that photograph, my instrument could appoint the exact signature of the HIV virus on the photograph. And then in so doing, by treating that photograph with a scalar energy instrument, not only can we detect, not only can we pinpoint the HIV virus, we can nullify the signal. So there's an HIV signal in a person, the instrument can detect it and then nullify that signal. So this is, if you will, quantum signaling. This is energetic signaling. This is not biological. And we only work with photographs, so being it is a safe, easy, effective process. When you work with light, I have a light instrument. Light does not make mistakes. So there is no human reasoning. There's no human input here. A scalar light instrument looks for the signal of HIV and destroys it. It's that simple.
How do you encode the instrument to look for the HIV virus?
Yeah, many times I can take a photograph of a virus and place it inside my instrument, a photograph. So let's say this is the HIV virus and I wanted to signal, I wanted to communicate with people. Well, I would take this photograph of the HIV virus and I would place it inside the instrument next to the photograph of the people. So let me make this very clear. The two photographs communicate. It's an energy system. Now, Zarina and I are having a conversation. She's in Europe, I'm in the United States. We have a communication by way of our signal, by way of this video call. Obviously, I'm not in your computer, you're not in my office. We have a signal exchange. Well, likewise, a photograph of the HIV virus will have a signal exchange, a communication with the people in Tanzania. As you and I are having a communication, a transmission, a video transmission on two different continents. So if we can make a communication from the United States to Europe, then I can make a communication from a photograph of the HIV virus to people, at least in the quantum plane, if you will. That's a profound statement, but that's exactly what I do. So
this works in a way of entanglement in the quantum field. Yes. Basically, their picture is entangled to their own being. Yes. Everything that relates to them is entangled to their being. Yes. So the photograph carries a person's soul, mind, and body, their signature. Mm-hmm. And everything about that person on their photograph represents their being. It's entangled with them. And then I communicate the entanglement of the HIV virus with that group of people. So we can see quantum entanglement amongst people, quantum entanglement amongst viruses, in which we can make a connection. And as you well put, there is entanglement in the quantum field. You and I are entangled, are connected, are communicating through a Zoom conference from computer to computer. I entangle people, not through computers, but through a scalar energy instrument. Okay. So tell us the story. This is a very interesting story involving goats in Tanzania. And you work together with a nonprofit. What happened there? What is the whole story? So not only do we want to improve the health of the people in Tanzania, our group performs a great deal of charitable work. We have donated goats to Tanzania. Now, I'm not a goat herder, but I've learned a lot about goat herding. Goats multiply rapidly. We've probably donated 100 goats, maybe 200 goats to Tanzania. And in turn, these goats will multiply quite quickly. Probably we have about 4,000 goats now. Wow. In various districts in Tanzania. So we went from 200 goats to probably close to 4,000 goats now. And the people now have a livelihood. They're goat herders. Mm-hmm. You know, they can sustain themselves. And that's the village that we're working with in one of the wards in Bunda in Tanzania. And it's so heartwarming to this because not only can we provide them quantum health, but we can provide them now animal husbandry, a way that they can sustain themselves. You know, it's tough in Africa. It's a tough way to live. There's poverty throughout Africa. So please join us in this mission. I'm asking people who are watching this video, get involved with us. This is the easy way to take a photograph and to eradicate microbes, at least in the quantum plane. And then reach out to us. If you want to participate in this program in Tanzania, let's provide goats. We do this free of charge, obviously, goats to the people of Tanzania so they have a local economy. They have something that they can feed themselves by. Mm-hmm. So how long did it take for the whole husbandry to develop in Tanzania? You started initially with 10 goats. How long did it take for the program to reach 4,000? And what's the impact on these people?
Yeah, we started donating goats in 2018. So we've been doing this for the past 5 years now. And every year we'll donate 50 goats here and there. So we've donated probably at least 200, maybe closer to 300 goats. And then the people, they seem to be really good goat herders, because they not only can put these goats in a herd and take care of them, but to the point that it's proliferating. Goats are romantic. They have other goats. And one villager will donate a goat to another villager. They're very community oriented. And so now the entire village has goats. And then from those goats, you have offspring, and it's an incredible program. I wish the world economy worked this way, in which we could take a small investment. It really wasn't an incredible investment, maybe $10,000 on our part, and grow this goat community to the point that they have 4,000 goats now. Eventually they'll have 10,000 goats, and then 20,000 goats. The weather is ideal. These people do take care of their goats. They know animal husbandry. So it's just a win-win situation. I would encourage people, if you're listening to this, reach out to us, contact us, and I'll tell you how you can get involved.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to show the website once again. Here, there are a few articles about, so if you go to scalarlight.com, here you can also sign up for the 15-day free trial of Scalar Light. I'm going to repeat this towards the end, but now if you want to go there, sign up for the free trial. And also you can read the articles about the impact of the goats, because this is really impressive. The people there, as far as I read, could, they had to walk kilometers or miles long to get water. And now they solve both the liquid and food problem with the goats. And especially for widows, there's a story about how widows are surviving because, they changed the law. It's a very interesting story. So it helps single women, children, orphans. It's really, I am also 100% behind this initiative with all my heart for now. So do check it out. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
So apart from donating goats, you treated these people. What were the results? You treated them for a year.
Yeah. Thank you. So the bottom line is this: after I work with people, I have to rely upon people to provide testimonies. Now you're going to find these testimonies. I'm just going to briefly go through this. This testimony is on our website, and various people, I'm going to just briefly go through this photograph after photograph. People have given their testimony after the scalar energy sessions. Nobody has a viral load for HIV. And I'm just, again, going to mention that this report is on our website. You can look at these photographs of the people, and you could read their reports as to how at one time they all were HIV positive. Now, after the scalar energy sessions, nobody has a viral load. And many of these people are reporting that they no longer have any symptoms of HIV. I'll read one of them very quickly. One of the testimonies is from Catherine Lazaro. She's 32 years of old. She was first detected with HIV in 2012. She started our scalar energy treatment in 2017. After 2 months, she felt better. After 2 months. And she said that her opportunistic diseases that are associated with HIV stopped. Okay? She no longer is attending the clinic, the HIV clinic. Her lymphocytes, or CD4s, her CD4 count has gone up. And she's very appreciative of the healing, in her words. And she said that the doctors are wondering what has happened. So after being positive, HIV positive for years, she's no longer positive. And again, all of this is detailed on our website. That's typical with our work. After we work with people who were HIV positive, if many of those people have a subsequent follow-up PCR test, there's no viral load. No viral load. And then that begs the question, well, what happened? Well, in my estimation, this quantum entanglement scalar energy instrument allows us to seek out and destroy the HIV virus.
So does it matter what the level of their nutrition is? Because clearly they don't consume a lot of nutritious food. Now they have the goats, right, but generally speaking, and still they're cured. So this is an immune disease. For immunity, a lot of people know they need nutrients. How does this work despite of the lack of nutrients?
Yeah, so one of the components of our program is we have the ability, what I call, to reverse phase or break down what's harmful. And then we also have the ability to create nutrients. This is a photograph of riboflavin, vitamin B2. So in operation, I would take a photograph of a vitamin and I would place it right next to the photograph of people. Now, again, this is quantum entanglement. So the photograph, this microscopic photograph of vitamin B2 then is recreated in the people in Tanzania. So by way of quantum entanglement, by way of communication, we can communicate riboflavin into the force field, into the energy field of people. And in this way, people can receive the nutrition that they need, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, phytochemicals, through light, through scalar light. It's not a biological process, it's an informational process. So we're able to break down, disassemble the HIV virus, and in reverse, we're able to create or assemble nutrients. All through that concept of quantum entanglement, all through that concept that the universe is holographic and the universe communicates. As Zarina and I are having a communication through a Zoom meeting through our computers, I can likewise communicate in my instrument, my scalar energy instrument, with people in Tanzania with a nutrient. Mm-hmm. This is the new science. You don't have to come to a clinic. You simply send your photograph, and your photograph is your substitution, your energetic substitution. So I can't set up a clinic in Africa. I don't have that money. But I can work with people by way of their photograph, and their photograph is entangled, is communicating with them.
So what other diseases or viral viruses does this help with, or what other programs do you have that are ready-made, or what is needed for you to set up a specific program?
Yeah, well, one of our programs is known as the standardized program. It is standardized, and we have the ability to identify hundreds of thousands of species of bacteria and fungi and protozoan and viruses. So when people send us their photograph, the instrument, not me, the instrument will scan that photograph and look for hundreds of thousands of species of pathogens, germs, and then send energy into that force field to destroy those germs. So my claim is the scalar energy instrument can destroy a virus, a bacterium, a fungus, parasites, protozoan, microorganisms, small organisms. And we do this all on our end. There's no diagnosis because you can't diagnose per se accurately by way of a photograph. So the instrument is calibrated to perform the same function every day, to identify microbes, microorganisms, and to break apart those microorganisms.
So theoretically, this, if programmed properly, it works on a DNA level anyhow, and yes, theoretically it could eradicate any sort of disease. Is that right?
Any microbe. Let me distinguish that. Okay. Any microorganism, any germ, any microorganism we can break apart. You know, this, to me, this has always been quite fascinating. Why? Because I can program this instrument. Let's say somebody had the herpes virus. I can take a photograph of the herpes virus, place it inside the instrument. Everything is by way of photographs. The instrument will look at the genetic code, the molecular code of the herpes virus, and then broadcast that genetic code into a person, into the quantum field. Okay, it's not a biological process. So as long as I have a photograph of a microorganism, the instrument will destroy that microorganism.
What if you have a photograph of an organ that is not functioning well, or there's an irregularity in it?
Yeah, I haven't figured, I don't know how to do that yet. I'm trying to recalibrate the instruments to do that. I do not know how to do that yet. Yeah, sorry.
But there is still potential.
Yeah, of course. There's incredible potential with scalar energy. This is a new science. This energy someday will eclipse electricity. People will see the benefits of this energy that far outweigh the benefits of the electrical grid. So that day is coming. My position is to start introducing the benefits of scalar energy.
Yeah. So apart from that, how do you see the development, or how do you see the world in the coming 10 years, let's say?
I would say within the next 10 years, God will be able to cure most of the people in the world of hepatitis, HIV, herpes. This will take off because many people are now starting to submit collages to us. And any given day, this morning, I received another 2,000 photographs, a collage from Africa. Yeah. So if people continue to send us collages like this, we can treat. The instrument can work with 10 million people a day. What does that translate to? It translates to global health. It's the easy way to promote global health.
Okay, so I have one question regarding the collages, because it's a holograph, and in the technical terms, a holograph actually diminishes the quality of each cell of the holograph. Although it contains the information about the whole, it's still, when you split it and split it and split it, it diminishes the pixels, like the information it carries.
Yeah.
Is that still the effect with collages?
No, it's not. When you're working with scalar energy, it's the mind of God. This is an incredible energy, has a divine character. So what am I getting at? Any collage, no matter how it's pixelated, no matter how it's miniaturized, it doesn't matter. It still represents a person, and a person has a signal. That signal cannot be diminished. That signal, you cannot interfere with that signal. So as long as it is a photograph, it cannot be a computer graphic. A photograph, you cannot fool a photograph. You cannot fool light. And a photograph of any person will suffice. It doesn't have to be a full page photograph. It can be miniaturized. And the pixels, it really doesn't matter. As long as that pixel detects pictures, if you will, some part of their face or their skin. That's all that matters.
So it doesn't need to be the face per se. It could be a hand or...
That's correct. Yeah, we've had some people who've sent us photographs of hands. That's correct. Why? Because a person's signature is unique. Whether it's my face or my hand or my elbow, it doesn't matter. So it's the new science of scalar energy. There's much to learn here. And over the years, what I've learned, I'm trying now to impart this to the world audience. Again, Serena, thank you for this opportunity. This works, people. Why do I say that? We have hundreds of test results. I'm going to show you a PCR test. This is a PCR test from a community in India. This group of people once had a positive HIV viral load. After I've worked with these people, nobody has a viral load. Not one person has a viral load. It's not detected, no detectable viral load. So judge this global healing ministry by the results that people are having. Now, on account of the fact that this is a new science, there's no way that I can offer anybody another example. Why? My instruments are unique. There's no other group in the world that has this approach. I have this unique approach. So you have to go to our website to find the evidence. And the evidence is from the testimonies of people. In other words, you're not going to find another scientific group or a hospital with this ability. My instruments are custom built. So visit our website, look at the results, look at our test results, and then you make that decision.
So Tom, other than viral infections and everything caused by viruses, what positive results do people see? I read some testimonies about depression, alleviating depression, having more energy, which is what I can also testify. that I'm having more energy since I'm on your program. But what else?
One of the components of scalar energy we realize is that the instruments are so strong, and it's broadcasting scalar energy. It has a profound impact on our brain waves and our chakras. Now, why do I say that? I believe our brain waves are scalar waves. I believe our 7 chakras are composed of scalar energy. Many people have described a chakra as a spinning vortex of energy. Right. Well, that's what scalar energy is, a spinning vortex of scalar energy. So scalar energy, my instruments will respin, will recalibrate the 7 spinning chakras. Now, as a result, some people overcome depression or anxiety. Some people overcome bipolar disorder. Others have said that this has helped them with their addiction to, say, cigarettes and computers, or cigarettes and pornography. So this seems to correct the conscience. Scalar energy seems to be able to correct not only the chakras, but correct behavior associated with that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that's quite promising, that we have an energy, this divine energy that imparts itself upon a person that will correct not only their 7 chakras, but correct a phobia, correct their behavior.
Mm-hmm. So this theoretically means that it could actually eradicate other diseases that are not bound to viruses and bacteria.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I ask God for the help, that eventually I'll be able to use this instrument to correct other, what I would call disease patterns or disease behavior. You're right. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you would like to add before we conclude?
No, that's it. We've covered a lot of material here. Consider what we've said. Everything I've said is true and accurate to the point of the testimonies on the website. Read the testimonies, and then I'll let your audience decide the veracity of these sessions. I will pinpoint people visit the website scalarlight.com. Anybody in the world is entitled to 15 days of free session. You can submit photographs of your family with their permission, and include your pets. If you have a dog or cat, include your pet. And our design is for people to become aware of our work. And then if this makes sense, share our work with your friends and family. 15 days to quantum health, 15 days free sessions. We want to introduce this to everybody in the world. So you can place this on social media as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Yeah. Please share. Anybody that you think might need this, let them try out for themselves. Scalarlight.com. I just showed you the website.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you
Good
so
job.
much again. Thank you so much. And guys, bear in mind that Tom is also involved with the charity that we shared at the beginning. So if you decide to stick around with the program, if you need it, you will be helping communities in Africa as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.